Hey my friends, how's it going? It's Ultimus, and for today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about my thoughts on patch 7.3 now that we've had it out for a few days, almost a week now. Let's get comfortable in our chair because we're going to be talking a lot here. I'm actually going to try to keep this as short as I can for you guys, but figured I'd mess around with the Demon Hunter a little bit, do some world quests and then some exploring on her since it's been a while since we've seen the Demon Hunter hang out on the channel. Downside to playing 4 different characters, almost 5 now. Unfortunately, it's hard to squeeze all of them in onto the channel, but that's okay. 7.3 is here. It is a very good patch. The long and the short of it basically is I do think it is a very good patch. It's been a lot of fun. A little buggy here and there, but definitely not the most buggy patch we've seen. And there's definitely not been any server crashing issues that I've been aware of, so that's always a plus in my book as far as I'm concerned. Very smooth launch, things like that. I've heard reports of some users hearthing or porting up to the ship, which is kind of the main hub that we have over on Argus, and then they just fall through the floor and die. I have yet to experience that though, so I can't confirm, although I'd imagine no one would really be lying about that. I've had a couple issues where quests bug out on me, where stuff just isn't where it's supposed to be. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth, so it's a ton of fun. Basically with Argus, what we have here, as it is the last major content patch of the expansion, of course, taking into consideration 7.3.5 will more than likely be the patch we get Argus raid in, which is fine. But overall, the big bulk of the content of 7.3 and 7.35 is in 7.3. New continent, everything like that. Classes and tweaks and things like that. It's basically Timeless Isle 3.0, because you had Timeless Isle, you had Tana Jungle, and then you also now have Argus as well. The cool thing about Argus, so far really, it feels, and it could be just kind of the illusion of it, but if it is, then it's a very well played illusion. We'll see. Well, I think we'll see how this plays out in months to come and stuff like that, but in general, it feels like a pretty large patch. It almost feels like, I wouldn't say it doesn't feel a whole lot like a whole other expansion, but it feels close to it, which is kind of nice. Having new world quests to do is quite nice, I have to say. Being able to now go to the Broken Shore and do world quests there for, the initiative is pretty nifty as well. And of course, the new ones on Argus I like as well. All of the artifact power, I've ranked up so much in almost all of my characters' weapons so far. Which has been really, really nice, because after I pretty much get concordance on my characters, I don't particularly care a whole lot, because I don't mythic raid, I don't do a heroic raid. Any raids I do are all pugging, and you only get 1 rank of concordance that counts in PvP anyways, so it doesn't really make sense for me to necessarily just grind artifact power out, so I'm okay with that. But it's nice being able to get it even quicker. The artifact knowledge being account-wide is as wonderful as I thought it would be, which is great. And then, of course, having all 3 relic slots unlocked on all 3 characters once you hit 110 is great as well. I think one of my favorite things about the patch, actually, if I'm going to be completely honest, is I like that it's not just one zone, or it's not just one big zone. I think the fact that it's 3 zones split up into different sections makes it feel bigger than it is. Which again is part of that illusion I was talking about earlier. So I like the way that was executed. It's really, really cool, because they're not small zones in and of themselves. Like, they're decent sized zones. There's a good amount of rares running around on them. There's a butt ton of treasure chests. There's a couple rare spawns out there that drop mounts. I managed to get one of them already. I believe it was the Vile Biter. I believe it is something like that. It's really awkward looking. Basically, it looks like a fell mechanical demon monkey with an ugly face. It's kind of how I think about it. So that's a thing, but it's cool. I enjoy it. Plus, for me, I think the only thing more fun in World of Warcraft than slaying dragons is slaying demons, if I'm being completely honest. So it's just a ton of fun. It's just kind of silly fun right now. I like the gear, actually, like the gear that drops from there that you're gonna get, and stuff like that. I think is really, really cool looking. I've almost got the whole plate set finished. I do have to comment and say I did see Asmongold's video going over talking about his thoughts on 7.3, and I do have to agree. I think that the 910 item level is a bit generous and a bit high for the tokens that you get. I think 900 would have been more than sufficient, but it is what it is. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to complain too much because it makes it easier for me to get my alts up. But the point that he made in basically nullifying pretty much all of the first section of Legion's content is effectively what just happened. So it is what it is, though, and you know, obviously, it's not going to stop me from playing. The zone is gorgeous. The music is great. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the time gating and stuff like that. I don't necessarily mind it a whole lot. The weirdest part to me was having followers up past item level 900, which on pretty much everybody's main, that's not an issue. Alts is where that gets a little tricky. On the three characters I play the most, I have all of my followers up to 900. My priest is slowly getting up there. So that one was a bit odd, but again, I don't imagine anybody's gonna have too much trouble with that on their main. But even the time gating on some of the mission board quests and stuff like that, I don't mind it as much. Because I think this particular type of time gating I think is okay for me, because you're not necessarily halting character progression. You're just pacing the rate at which people experience the story, which is fine, because again, the same people that want to blaze through the content super fast will be the ones that'll say there's nothing to do in Legion, this game sucks. So pacing the rate at which people experience the story, I'm kind of okay with. Especially because you can progress your character. You can still go out and farm shards. You can farm mounts. And I think, too, it still gives you time to be able to do some of the other stuff going on. Like, I was able to do the time walking stuff on my characters this week as well, along with progressing each alt through the Argus campaign, the first section at a time, which is nice. At least for me, this is how I'm looking at it. It's making me easier to make sure all my characters are caught up. Just because doing the whole thing all at once would be a little bit daunting to me. I probably wouldn't actually if I finish it, but doing it in small sections is kind of nifty. And obviously, it's one of those, like, tricking my mind things, because even if I had access to it entirely, I could do it in sections, but I probably wouldn't, just because it's like, I'm going to do the whole quest line all over again. But at least as of right now, being able to do it in sections, like I did it on my warrior, and then did time marking on my warrior while I was more or less waiting for some of those mission board quests to finish, and then I did the same thing on my demon hunter as well, and I'll probably do the same thing on my death knight or whatever the weekly quest is. So the way the time gating works in this particular instance, I don't mind it, because it lets me still be able to have time to do some of the other stuff I wanted. Speaking of time walking, I managed to get the infinite time walking, or Drake, whatever it is, the really sick looking dragon that drops from time walking dungeons. I got that to drop this week on my warrior, so I was super happy about that. That has nothing to do with this video. I'm just really excited about it, and had to tell someone who cares, because it's not like I can go tell my wife about it, because she'll be like, why are you telling me this, and why do I care? She won't have one clue what I'm talking about, especially if I woke her up in the middle of the night, and she would not be happy. So I'm telling you guys, because you guys will get it. But overall, very happy about the patch. I think it's very well implemented. So far, it seems to be very playable. Like I say, a couple minor bugs, but it doesn't seem like it's game breaking, which is nice. And my honest to god truth, my only complaint so far is I really don't like how the warrior tier set or PvP gear looks. It's just a bit silly to me. I feel like the Juggernaut from frickin' X-Men, and he was never one of my favorite characters, so it just feels awkward to me. But the preset's cool, Demon Hunter set's cool, Death Knight set's cool. Obviously the raid sets and stuff look like pretty sweet as well. So overall, I'm happy with it, except for the warrior stuff. But everything we've had so far in Legion gear-wise for warriors has been good, so I can't complain too much. One bad tier set out of, what, 3 or 4 we've had? It's whatever. But a ton of fun. Let me know what your thoughts are on the patch so far as well. Also, for those of you guys who are unaware, the secrets section of the WoW Discord basically uncovered how to get the super secret death purple pony. It's like some nightmare steed or something or other. I don't particularly remember what it's called, but basically you have to go through this maze, and it's pissing people off, so that's kind of funny. But you can check that out as well. There's going to be tons of guides up as well. I'll probably do one once I finish it myself. We'll see how much time I'm able to sink into it. Other than that, yeah, it's been good. I'm happy with it. Oh, that's what I meant to say. The only PvP gears, or the only set I like for warriors is the elite set, so that's the thing. I mean, it's just spikes. You know, like, why do we make warrior gear look cool? Throw spikes on it. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Anyways, this video is all over the place. I need to be done. It's gone on way too long. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to let me know how you're enjoying the patch so far down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear about it from you guys, what your favorite things are, what you don't like about it, etc., etc. Let me know what you think. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all the different socials that are on the page. Would love to connect with you guys there. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.
One by one, we will teach them the folly of their crusade.